Yeah, so the Mishnah, so we have we had it a few times, al takdama, but you have a zav and a zavah. So of course, there's a difference in halacha, a slight difference in halacha between a zav and a zavah, right? A zav, if he sees twice, right? Stam, he sees these abnormal things twice, then he has to wait 7 days. He has to wait 7 clean days without having a riyah. If he sees a third time in those 7 days, then he has to wait to the next day. Meaning he gets clean also after 7 days, right? Peretz, you there, Peretz? He's not there. He just put it on. All right.
I'm here. Why are you referring to me?
Your son Shmuel is calling me. Your son Shmuel is calling me. I have no idea what he wants, but you could call back and find out exactly how important it is, please.
Gotcha. Okay, I thought you were referring to the zavah part. You said
no, it was not. No, Peretz, it was not. Okay. Zavah was not referring to you. Okay. Anyways.
Sure, so, the Mishna on Sadi Amud Aleph, the bottom.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't say, right? Yeah, my Mishna on the bottom of Sadi Amud Aleph. Yeah. So anyway, so a zav waits. If he sees 3 times, he has to wait. His tahara doesn't come till the 8th day. If he sees only 2 times, its tahara comes on the 7th day. A zavah, female, once she sees twice, then she has to wait till the 8th day. Okay, so then zav sheretz. And now the question is, when could they bring their korban Pesach? Right? Because obviously there has to be on the 7th day. The question is, on the 7th day they become tahor, and then they need erev shemesh. They need to wait until the evening. So let's say their 7th day is erev Pesach. So can they bring the korban Pesach? Can they not bring the korban Pesach? So zok the Mishna, zav sheretz shtei riyos. A zav that saw 2 riyos. Right? So it means he only has to wait 7 days. He's going to become tahor the night after the 7th day, right? Sort of like a regular, the way we treat the woman nowadays with Nidda. So sheichten alav b'shvi, right? So you could shecht for him on his 7th day. Rosh shalosh, and if he saw 3 times, then sheichten alav b'shmini shiloi. Then you have to, if his 7th day is erev Pesach, then it's no good. Yeah, it has to be his 8th day on erev Pesach. Right? But again, the Mishnah is saying that as long as the tahara is during the day, and even though they need erev shemesh, you can shecht for them because you don't need to come on Pesach till after night anyways on Pesach, then you're okay. Shemeres yoim keneged yoim. So the way it works with a Nidda, and ziva is that when a woman's regular period comes, we'll go with those rishonim, right? A woman's regular period comes, she's a Nidda. Nidda, as we're going to see on Amud Beis, does not need to wait 7 clean days, contrary to popular belief. A Nidda doesn't have to wait 7 clean days. All she has to wait is 7 days from when she saw. And as long as she's clean on the 7th day, even if she bled all 7 days, she goes to Mikva that night. That's Nidda. After that passes, then those days in between that period and the next period, she's not supposed to see dam. If she does for 1 day, then she has to wait 1 clean day, and then she goes to the Mikva. If she sees twice, then she has to wait another clean day, and then she goes to the Mikva. If she sees 3 times in those days, then she has to wait 7 clean days. Clean, right? So that's the way our women just are knowing that anytime they see dam, if it's a dam that's matam them, then they wait 7 clean days. Right? So that's 7th clean day. So now shemeres yom keneged yom is called if the woman sees when she's not supposed to. So she's tamei 1 day, and then she waits a clean day. If she sees again, she has to wait another clean day. Right? So that's a shemeres yom keneged yom. On her 2nd day, meaning on a clean day, we shecht for her, and she's going to become mutter that night. If she sees 2 days, then we're going to shecht on her we're going to shecht for her on the 3rd day. And a zavah, we only shecht for her on the 8th day, right? Because she doesn't become tar until the 8th day, even though she really goes to the mikvah on the 7th day, but the tahara doesn't take place till the 8th day, legabi korbanos. Okay, so Amsak the Gemara, Amra Yudam Marav, Shaitan is talking about tevul yom. So tevul yom is anybody who's tevul, right? Tevul takes place during the day, right? And then he doesn't become tar till shkia. So the same din. Again, they're tamei right now. Erev Pesach they're tamei. They're going to become tar on Pesach by night. So we have them in mind. Yeah. So Shaitim is going to allow tevul yom for a tevul yom. Mechusar kippurim. Mechusar kippurim means somebody who's tamei, but he also needs to bring a korban. Ve'ein shaitim is al tamei sheretz. But somebody who's tamei sheretz, we don't do shchita for and zrika. Right? So Ula disagrees and he says we do shchita and zrika even for a tamei sheretz. So Rav, Mishna tevul yom de chazila orta tamei sheretz nami chazila orta. So according to Rav, somebody who tevul during the day needs to he has to wait till the night and then he's tar. So we shech him for the korban Pesach because Lamaisa on Pesach by night is going to be tar, right? So tamei sheretz nami chazila orta. So tamei sheretz is the same thing. How come he holds that a tamei sheretz can't take part in the korban Pesach? So he says no, mechusar tefillah, because he doesn't have tefillah. Since he doesn't have tefillah yet, the mechusar kippurim and the tevul yom have tefillah. The tamei sheretz does not have tefillah. So tevul yom nami mechusar herav shemesh, but the tevul yom is also missing something. He needs to wait until the night. So the Gemara answers an interesting teretz. The mikva, you have to go. You have to go be proactive, go in the mikva. The sun is setting regardless. The sun has nothing to do with you. It's setting regardless. So once the sun sets, since that's an automatic, right? Unless you're chashav enough to hold up the sun, which only happened twice in history, as far as I know, right? So the chayr, that's not something matzli. So therefore, it's assumed that it's going to happen, and he's going to be tar. Yeah, fine. Yeah. So then mechusar kippurim nami ha mechusar kapara, but so mechusar kippurim also is missing the kapara. He needs to bring the karbanos. So he says shekinai biyadai. His birds are in his hand. He's ready to go with it. So therefore, we're going to allow the Pesach because he has it in his hand. We don't assume that he's not going to bring the korban if the korban that he has to bring is in his hand already. So tamei sheretz nami harei mikva lefano. Tamei sheretz too. The guy could be standing right next to the mikva, right? So Gemara says no, dima pasha. Maybe he's going to be a pasha even though he's next to the mikva. He may not go in. So the obvious question, so mechusar kippurim also, even though he's holding the birds, maybe I don't know, he's going to get some news on his phone and he's going to forget to be makar of the birds. So Gemara answers, no, he gave it over to Bezdin. And it goes like Rav Shmaya. There's a chazaka that the Bezdin or Kahanim don't leave the Beis HaMikdash for the day, or don't bring the Talmud Shabbat Avayim for the day, until all the money in the boxes. There were 13 pushkas that they put all around the Beis HaMikdash, that if you needed to bring these birds to have mechusar kippurim, so I imagine this was to save time and to save people headaches. You didn't have to stand online with your birds and wait. They put up these tzedakah boxes, and they had a set amount how much the birds cost. Let's say it was $5, and you put in $5, and then the kahana would come empty the pushka, and depending on how many $5 were in there, they would be makar that amount of birds. So it's considered like a chazaka that it's guaranteed that they would do that before the day is up, right? So therefore, therefore it's a chazaka that the korban is going to be done. So therefore, we can assume he's tar, right? Yeah. So for the Ula Rav, the Gemara says Ula Rav midaraisa michsa chazi, and according to Rav, midaraisa, he's allowed to bring it. For Rabbanan who the gazrubei, and the Rabbanan made a gezerah, right, until the night. Halama Amar Rav. So then why did Rav say metamin echad mehen b'sheretz? Remember way back when we were talking about when Klal Yisrael was split 50-50, so we made one tamei sheretz. If a tamei sheretz doesn't work, so then how can we're saying tamei sheretz can't bring the korban, right? Ella, yeah, somebody want to say something? Or is that right? Meaning, no, I'm sorry, I explained it wrong. If midairaisa, somebody who's tamei sheretz could bring the korban, so then how does that help to make one guy tamei sheretz to tilt it that most of Klal Yisrael's tamei, right? It doesn't work. That's not going to work. Yeah. So, Ella, the Rav midaraisa nami loy chazi. So according to Rav midaraisa, it's also not chazi. Tachsiv ish ki tamei lenefesh. It says every person who's going to be tamei lenefesh. Mila askin and shechal shvi shaloi liyas be'erev Pesach. Why don't we talk about somebody who's tamei from a mace, and his 7th day fell out on erev Pesach? the Hainu Tumas Sheretz, which is the similar thing as Tumas Sheretz, meaning they're both going to become Tar that night. And the Torah says that he pushes off till Pesach Sheni. So L'chayra Sheretz is the same way. And if you're going to say, who says, meaning who says that this pasuk is talking about where it was the seventh day? Maybe this pasuk is talking about where he's on the third day of his 7 days of Tumah. So Gemara says, no, Savar like Rebbi Yitzchak. He holds like Rebbi Yitzchak. Damar tamei meis mitzvah. Right? If people became tamei from a mace, shachal shvi shalan lias ber Pesach, and their seventh day fell on another Pesach. Shenemar v'lo yichlu lasas Pesach b'yomahu. It says they were not able to do the korban Pesach that day. B'yomahu de'ein yichlu lasas. That day they weren't able to do it. Avalamacha yichlu lasas. But on the next day they are able to. Nidchu, and the Torah says nidchu. So you see, even according to the Deraisa, they're not allowed to bring their korban Pesach, right, on that day. So you see that that's the same reason. So we're going to learn out tamei sheretz from that. Yeah. So Tanan, zav sharash teirius sheichten alav b'shvi. So we said a zav in the Mishna. We said a zav who saw 2 days in a row. So we shecht on the seventh day. If that seventh day falls on a Pesach. My love, the loy tevul, is it not that isn't it talking about where he didn't tevul yet? And we hear from this that you do shrita and zrika on tamei sheretz, because tamei sheretz is the same thing. He's becoming Torah that night. So we say loy the tevul. No, it's talking about where he did tevul. He tevul my kamashmalan. So if he's tevuled already, the tamei meis. So what's the hekdesh? He's already tar, right? And he just needs head of shemesh that night. Even though he's missing Erev Shemesh, we're saying that even though he's missing a necessary component of becoming Tar, right? But we're still saying that the Shimshim Mela Arva, since the sun is going to go down automatically, so therefore he's considered like his Tara process is done. And Gemara brings a proof to all this. This is all makes sense. I mean, Tani Sefer, because the Sefer Mishna says, Rosh Shalish Riyas, if she sees 3 times, Sheichten Ela B'Shmini. So we shecht on her 8th day. The Tavil, if we say that the Zav who saw twice was shechting for him on the 7th day when he was Tavil, Itzrich, then we need it. We need to say this case. If he sees 2 riyas on the 7th day, he's not missing any sort of maisa because he already toiveled. Aval rosh shalish bishmini, but I'm sorry, aval rosh shalish. If somebody saw 3 bishmini and on his 8th day, then mechusar maisa because he's missing a maisa, mechusar kapara because he's missing the karbanas. So you would think that he can because he's missing and one of the maisim, the maisa of tara, kamash malan, da'avagav the mechusar kapara. Even though he's missing kabbalah, shaykhud and zarkan aleh. Then with shaykhud and zarek on him. If you're saying that the one who saw 2 riyas and on his 7th day we allow him to bring the korban even if he didn't go to the mikva. So rosh shalish bishmini. So somebody who saw 3 on his 8th day lamali. Why do you need that case? Hashta yeshlam rosh riyas bishvi. If somebody who saw twice on his 7th day, the loy tavil. The tamei ma'al he didn't tevul yet, so he's fully tamei. Yet we still shachtina v'zakina we still shecht and do the zrik on him. Rosh shalish b'shmini the tevul b'shvi. So somebody who's on the 8th day, which means he tevuled on the 7th day, and all he needs to bring is a korban on the 8th day. The klisha tuma, his tuma is already much weaker because again he tevuls on the 7th day, brings his korban on the 8th day. So he's really most of the way home. After the 7th day, like kol shekain to shachtina v'zakina l'lavei, shouldn't be for sure that we shecht for him. Elalav shmamina rosh teirius b'shvi de shachtina l'lavei the tavul. So it must be that the only way to understand this Mishnah is that if somebody, when we're allowing somebody who tavuled twice, who saw twice on the 7th day to shecht the korban Pesach on the 7th day, and it must be talking about where he was tavuled. So that's a proof that we're talking about where the guy in the 7th day tevul. Then anyone says, no, it's not a proof. Really, I'll tell you, he did not tevul. It's and you need it. On the 7th day, it's in his hand to be misaken, meaning he can tevul if he wants. Even if he didn't tevul yet, he has the ability to just jump in the mikvah. But on the 8th day, they ain't biyadi lahakriv. the haker korban, he doesn't have the ability to bring a korban. He has to rely on the kahanim. Aim a pashi be kahanim. Now we're going to say the kahanim are pashim. So you would think that Kamash Malon could Rav Shmaya. So the Gemara is telling you like Rav Shmaya. Right? So it's an interesting Havamina because half the time we say the Kahanim has reason. Right? So what's the Havamina here that they were saying, oh, maybe the Kahanim are Paishim. Even in the top of the Daf, we said Kahanim are guaranteed they're going to take care of the Kabbalas. Right? Fine. Let's see weiter. Zavah sheichtin. So a Zavah we shecht for her.
See, Yaakov.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously I'm not the person, but somebody who's a Shas person could see all the cases in the Gemara where they say there's reason, and when they say Poisha, when they say they're out to get somebody, when they're out to help somebody, you can probably make a list of all the places, and maybe there's a cheshbon, maybe there's a pattern.
It would be a good choice for a sefer. I don't think anybody wrote a sefer on that, as far as I know. But it would be like when are these reason, when are they not reason. Although the truth is, this is the Havamina. So, and the truth is, I said like on the top, we said Kamash Rav Shmaya that they're gonna take care of it. Maybe it's a Havamina. The Havamina is maybe they weren't, and then Rav Shmaya tells they're guaranteed to take care of it. So it's a Havamina. So you'd have to figure out why you have that Havamina. But it's interesting. It's it would be an interesting. But I think only major Talmid Chacham would be able to understand the sefer. That's the thing. Right. Okay, let's see. Right. So a Zavah, so we shecht her on her 7th day. Amarle, so they told him Zavah b'shvi shela michazia. On her 7th day, she's not roy for the korban Pesach, right? She has to wait till the night. Well, it depends which Zavah, but she's not. Doesn't go till Herav Shemesh till the evening. And even according to Madam, it says that you do shchita and zrika for tamei sheretz. Hani mili tamei sheretz the chazi laurta. That's only tamei sheretz who's chazi laurta who's going to be mutter that night. Ad lamacher the masya kapara loy chazi, until the next day when she brings her kapara, she's not roy. So the Gemara says, okay, so it's not talking about the 7th, meaning a full zavah. Granted, she goes to the mikvah on the 7th, right? The 7th day, but she has to bring a korban tomorrow, so she's not tar yet. She has to bring on the 8th day. So the Gemara says, okay, let's say we're talking about the 8th day, not the 7th day. Okay, so it's the 8th day pshita. It's pashit. Of course, she'll be able to bring the korban first. She's gonna be mutter that night. No, the same Mekim the mechasur kapara. You would think that since she's missing kapara loy, that you're not allowed kamash malon kid Rav Shmaya. Then we go with Rav Shmaya, who says that it's an automatic that the Kehanim are going to bring the korbanos, right? That the Kehanim are reliable. Ravina Amar Nidda Tana Kamei Ben Nidda Shaychtan Aleh B'Shvi. So here's where we get the Nidda and Zavah. Ravina says it's the Nidda. We learned about Nidda, and the Nidda we are allowed to shecht her on the 7th day. Amalei Nidda B'Shvi Mi Chazia is a Nidda Roy on 7th day. Again, this is talking about Nidda, not our Niddas. This is talking about the classic Nidda, which is that she becomes, once she gets a period, she just waits 7 days, even if she sees dam the whole time. As long as she stops seeing on the 7th day, she goes at night. So Nidda B'Shvi Mi Chazia on the 7th day is she Roy. Afilu Man Damar Shektim Zogan Tamei sheretz. Even the one that says you do shchita and zrika v'tamei somebody's tamei sheretz the chazi laurta, because he's going to be able to be fitting that night, Pesach or night. Nidda laurta the shvi who the tavla. A nidda tavla's only at night. At shmini, right? The of the herav shemesh loy chazia, and until the 8th day, she needs herav shemesh on the 8th day. Right, so she should not be able to bring the korban pesach till the 8th day. She can't bring it on the 7th day. Ella ema b'shmini. So then we say it's on the 8th day. So Gemara says pshita. It's just a repeat of the last Gemara. Pshita hashto mazav the mechasur kapara shaytim. It's not really a repeat. It's almost pshita hashto mazav the mechasur kapara shaytim is arkan aleh b'shmini. So a zava who's missing a kapara, we shecht her on the shmini. Neither the loy mechasur kapara, but she doesn't have to bring a korban. Neither that's not missing kapara tzricha l'meimar the shachtina v'zakinila. What's the hekdesh? So we say neither tzricha. No, you need it for neither. Hakamashon b'shmini in b'shvi loy. On the 8th day, yes. On the 7th day, no. Kedetanya kol chayave tfilas tfilasim b'yoyim. Anybody that needs tefillah, the tefillah is during the day. Nidda v'yeledes tefillah sabalayla, but nidda and a yeledes, their tefillah is at night. So therefore, they're still tamei. They're tamei until Pesach by night. You would think that a nidda tevul during the day. The pasuk says she needs to be 7 days in her nidda. She's going to be a nidda the entire 7th day, 7 days. And a yeledes also, a lady that gives birth, doesn't go to the mikvah till the night because we compare her to nidda. So yeah, okay, so that's that. I know it's a little quick, but yes, it's not an easy daf. Not yesterday, not today. Okay, what's a Shabbos? I guess. I think 8:30. I'm going to try and get back to Farakoi before. It ain't going to be so simple because Shabbos is over 10 to 7. But if not, I'll start it in the car or whatever. So let's call for 8:30.
If you do 8:45, I'm okay with that too.
I know, but I got a 9:15 ladies share, so I got to figure that out. So
got it.
Yeah.
Sure.
What are you saying,
All right.
David? All right. Good job, everybody.
Shkoyach. Thank you.
Good job.
Shabbos, thank you.
Shooting for 8:30, you said, right?
8:30. Yeah.
Remember, Andrew Luck only for suits.
Shabbos.
Shabbos.
Shabbos.